Hi, this is not a game dev log, here to show you something that before the danger pack was literally impossible. So I'm not going to spoil it yet. And also you see I'm starting in turn 3 because the run is quite long. And it reminds me, I had this thought about... let me say that. Hello Matchman 7 as well. I had this thought about how would super auto pads be different? Would it be better if we could skip the first 2 turns? What is the benefit of having these first 2 turns? So think about it yourself if you like thinking about this kind of stuff, and leave a comment. What would be how different would the game be without the first 2 turns? So let's say, for example, you would be dropped into turn 3 with always a guaranteed level up, always maybe 1 win and 5 hearts, or 0 wins and 5 hearts, doesn't really matter. And maybe just the money or that you would get from selling all the tier 1s, just ignore the tier 1s basically. Not sure if it would be better, but it would make the games a bit shorter, and I'm wondering how much interesting stuff is there to do in the turn 1 and 2. And I think for versus this is maybe very different because there's more on stake. A win matters a lot more, I think, and you can of course try to draw. But let's go back to the run. So we have 2 pets here that we want to keep, I think. There's a couple of variations, so both pets were not in my original idea, but they are quite strong also for the early mid game. So this is of course Clownfish and the Tadpole there. Very strong, lots of stats. Although this Musk Ox also has a lot of stats, so we draw. So for this build we need at least 2, preferably 3 tier 6s. So that's always a bit hard to get going. Because you can easily go until turn 14 and have everything prepared and just not find one of the pets that are essential. So there are 2, I think, fully essential pets and 1 optional pet. One of the pets was in the thumbnail, I assume. And there's also still 1 pet missing that's also essential for this build. But we should find that very shortly. And of course, to increase my options of finding these tier 6s, I added Wyvern. Also, as you have to do if you want to do anything interesting, ask Grounded for some tips, and he said Pale Eagles, so I added Eagle. Not sure if this run is a Pale Eagle run, but it did help, especially because I'm looking for tier 6s, and I already had added all the transform foods, which you will figure out later why. That can help a lot, but here I am lucky, so I have 2 level ups. Do I? Yeah, 2 level ups on turn 9s and the Wyvern, so I can get 8 pets. I also had one situation where I still found 0 of the pets, but here is one of the pets I need. And not sure if I take it. If not, I will not spoil it. So that's Team Spirit. That's was the optional one, but I take it before just for the levels, and then we need the Hooded Seal. So I think this is a good time to start explaining the build. And we have the turn 9 bring in Lucky Cat. So how often do you see that? Not too often, but it's a vital point. So the build idea is very dependent on the Hooded Seal, which has a limitation on level 1 that it always transforms back down to level 1. So that is normally not so nice, and it means you have to level up if you want to use it in stronger combinations, like maybe using Gelada or Flounder multiple times. Then it pays off to level up. But here, and that's the last ingredient, so I am going to swap out, I think, the Clownfish, which did very well, but the Team Spirit is a bit better. Maybe not even right now, but very shortly it will be if we level it up. So in this case we take this leveling to our advantage, and I think this is the first time. That's why I made this clickbaity title, presumably. that this is the first time that we can down level or DXP our pets. So I had to figure out a build that make use of it, and what better than Lucky Cat, because it has a very good level up ability. It's below or tier 3 or lower, so we can combine it with Quetzalcoatl, and now we just have to roll for... Not sure why I do it now, why I don't do it now, but I have to roll for transform pets to transform the Lucky Cat. We will see it next turn, so I'll explain it as we will see it. But I thought it is very cool idea. It's not that strong, it's not that interesting gameplay, but I think the theory behind it is interesting enough to make this demo. So here, and this chickpea for our purposes is the best transform food because it also gives a little bit of stats. So let me play it out. We transform the Lucky Cat into, does not matter, we transform it back into level 1, which means we can level up again, get the stats again, get the money again. And you get the idea. Of course, it would be very cool to get the Quetzalcoatl high enough that we can get 2 levels in a turn. But that needs a level 3. Although if we get it to level 2 with the gingerbread, I think exactly we will level up in battle one more time. And yeah, now it's basically looking for levels because it's a bit of ways to buy more stats, but we also have to find these transform foods, so we can check out what we got. This was a very temporary brain cramp here. And again, we get the stats, get the levels, get the team spirit. Also, of course, another benefit is that's a good thing that we now are looking for tier 3s, is that we get the level up bonus pets in the shop. Okay, it's quite hot here, so my brain has a little IQ debuff. I had to turn off the air conditioning to do the recording, and even this air conditioning is not doing a lot here because the houses here are not built for heat. But I hope you still enjoy this video. Leave a like, leave a comment for heat in Europe, or maybe against would be better. So now we have to see if this is strong enough to stay on curve. So it took a couple of tries to get it going, but in this build I think I had 2 of the ingredients at turn 9, and then I found this Quetzalcoatl on turn 11 with 3 hearts to go, which is now 2 hearts, and this looks very scary, but we can even downgrade the tier back to tier 1. So we had a short bonobo cameo. There's 0 reason effect. It's bad for us to level, which is kind of funny. Not sure how many builds have it in a way that leveling is bad. I think there are a couple, but I cannot come up with them now. So also leave those in the description if you can think which builds are worse when you level. Maybe something like hyena builds where the level up ability fully changes the ability. But apart from that, it's not very often. Maybe the, what's it called, the desert rain frog in some cases, where you have a specific pack built around, could also be something that you would not want to level. So now we have the level 3 team spirit. Oh, I have to speed this up. And there we go. We are very close to 50-50 on the Lucky Cat, because it of course also gets its own level up stats. And then in battle we do already get 50-50 and a lot of money. And all this money just goes towards levels, because I think we almost have all equipment we want. Could put something stronger on the team spirit, but a level on the Quetzalcoatl is good. But of course we have to get our daily, day and nightly. It's a day-night cycle, right? Transformation. I even missed what it was. But we have frozen another Water of Use. And this is already 50-50, so we are now just doing it for the money, for the fame, for the bonus stats, of course, for the rest of the team. A very big opponent. Are we big enough to beat this? Well, we get a lot of in-battle stats as well. And yes, it is enough. Were they going for the Salmon achievement? Well, I hope they got it then. So we are on 9 wins, maybe our last transformation. I even stopped freezing, very optimistically. Stop the gingerbread man, just all in on the last fight. And we get to level 3 now for the first time, just because I bought another lucky cat. So this is all the stats we can get. Are we big enough to beat this? This also looks very scary, and the sea cucumber is actually very strong, replacing all our health foods. And then Oz, you are too good for us. So even this brain dead scaling that we had, just rolling for transformations, is not good enough to beat Thanos. But that means we can get our level 3 Quetzalcoatl, and we are almost full level 3. I don't even know why I bought the hooded seal, but then now I remember, somehow I forgot to do the last transformation. So I think this is just a day off, and now you see that the Quetzalcoatl even just gives some random XP to the tadpole, which is also already 50-50 from its own ability, I guess. Well, very close to it. We face the same team, but on a different turn. But this time we are strong enough. So there's that. So this is the only build, or the only way I think that we can remove XP. Maybe there's some more interesting stuff we can do with that, but I think it was a very cool demonstration. So thanks for watching.